now at 5:15 on a Thursday. It is the year 2020, and there are American citizens going without basic utilities. Let that sink in for a second. Things like no indoor plumbing, no electricity, and no running water. And it is happening right here in Arizona. Arizona's rocky terrain, even more rugged here on the Navajo Nation.
You have to boil it.
But that doesn't stop people like Justin Slinky, who've lived here on the reservation their entire lives.
I stay up to help myself to, keep moving, motivated.
Motivated even through intense personal struggle. A decade ago, a car accident nearly paralyzed him. Doctors weren't sure if Justin would ever walk again. He proved them wrong, but now lives with chronic pain.
It's just the pain that I carried from the accident. That nerves, and it don't go away.
Despite what his body tells him, Justin travels to this water well on the outskirts of Window Rock. It's all so he can fill up these tanks in the back of his truck.
Got a spigot for it.
Because at his house, there is no running water. And if he doesn't make these trips, no matter how much pain he's in, nothing comes out of the faucet.
One day we'll probably have water. Well, I don't know.
As many as 40% of the people here on the Navajo Nation don't have access to running water. That means they have to come to wells just like this one and fill up their own storage containers. That's basically their only option. And if not, their houses run dry. Justin is actually one of the lucky ones. Despite everything he's been through, he's still able to pick up his own water. But that's not the case for everyone.
I've been here all our life.
At Jean Bighorse's ranch in Tuba City, she's got almost everything. Backyard views of the Grand Canyon, dozens of sheep, and blue sky as far as the eye can see. But one thing she doesn't have is running water.
I get used to it.
There's also no indoor plumbing. Instead, Jean and her husband use this outhouse located on their property. Driving down this dirt road is the only way to reach the Big Horse Ranch. Jean and her husband used to travel this way to pick up their own water to store in these tanks for themselves and their sheep, but physically can't do it anymore. Her husband had open heart surgery and now walks with a cane. And Jean says she's now too afraid to make the trip alone.
I'm kind of scared to haul the water now.
Okay.
But thankfully, she doesn't have to anymore.
Sadly, when they stay home, they end up falling through the cracks.
Zolzani is with the nonprofit Collective Medicine. Their goal is to service people all across the Navajo Nation through their initiative, Water Warriors United.
They have a hard time getting drinking water if they live in remote areas. A lot of our aunties don't have pickup trucks. A lot of our elders don't have working vehicles even.
So far, they've delivered 600 barrels of water, just like this one. It'll last Jean and her husband at least a few weeks. And when it runs out, Zol says he'll be back with more.
Right now, I am happy. I'm happy that you're here with the water.
For Jean, it's giving her peace of mind, knowing so many people are willing to help. And in her darkest moments, she tells me she can always rely on her faith. What keeps you feeling hopeful through all of this?
To pray what you believe in.
Yeah, Jean is so strong. She has lived there her entire life, very resilient. Not having running water makes it even harder to wash your hands. Doctors say this directly contributed to the spread of COVID-19 on the Navajo Nation. So why do so many people not have running water on the Navajo Nation? It's been a problem for generations, I'm told. Some people point to the federal government. Some people say the tribe should be doing more. Navajo leaders tell me, though, that CARES Act funding will go towards infrastructure upgrades on the reservation. Now, if you'd like to help out with Water Warriors United and their mission, we've posted a link to them along with this story on abc15.com.
It's a wonderful organization, too. I mean, they are right there involved heavily in doing everything they can to try to save lives there.
Yeah, and Kaylee, some of these people live in really remote areas. So Jean, for instance, lives about 10 miles outside of Tuba City. And you saw the roads there. It was pretty treacherous to drive, even for us in our big vehicles. So you think about other people who live in those other remote areas that are pretty far out and how difficult it would be for them to go and fill up their own water tanks and haul them back. But if they don't do that, or if people like Water Warriors United don't step in, the wells run dry. They turn on the faucet, nothing comes out.
new appreciation for water, and we certainly have to consider what's happening during this pandemic as well. Thank you so much for that story, Nick.
Absolutely.